Dear friends, welcome to Coffee with Chaudhary. आज बहुत ही हॉट टॉपिक से मैं आपसे मिल रही हूँ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपको किसी से नफरत है तो बहुत बुरी बातें बददुआ निकलते ऑटोमेटिकली. वाई लाइक दैट? ये VHP BJP लोगों को औरंगजेब అనే పేరు చెప్తే చాలు. ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ సే ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ఔరంగజేబ్, తాండ్ర పాపారాయుడు ఏసై అంటాడు వాడు. జస్ట్ ఇఫ్ యూ సే పాపారాయుడు ఇన్ తాండ్ర పాపారాయుడు స్టోరీ, హిజ్ ఎనిమీస్ ఏసై అంటారు నిద్రలో కూడా. ఈవెన్ నిద్రలో కూడా మీరు చూడండి ఆ సినిమా బొబ్బిలి యుద్ధం. యూ వాచ్ దట్ మూవీ బొబ్బిలి యుద్ధం. వన్ కింగ్ ఈజ్ స్లీపింగ్, ఈవెన్ ఇన్ హిస్ స్లీప్ హీ హియర్స్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ తాండ్ర పాపారాయుడు. Yesai, he says, even in sleep. Rajanala, about H.V. Rangarao. And you should hear the songs and dialogues of Bhanumati. And Sitaram, the producer, director, music and lyrics. Sitaram, hero with Jamuna. So that is the film Bobili Yuddham. And అందరికీ ఔరంగజేబ్ అంటే తాండ్ర పాపారాయుడు లాగా ఉందా? ఎవ్రీబడి ఈస్ ఫీలింగ్ ఔరంగజేబ్ ఇస్ తాండ్ర పాపారాయుడు. యాక్చువల్లీ ఔరంగజేబ్ కేమ్ టు హైదరాబాద్ when Makkah Masjid was in construction mode, and he just supervised it and did inauguration. Makkah Masjid of Hyderabad is inaugurated by Aurangzeb, and Golconda also is conquered by him, and he stayed in Hayat Nagar, Hayat Bakshi Begum Sarai for 9 months along with his horses, his team, his soldiers, his army, his minister and his well-wishers. During that time, some priest like person along with his team, he was taking care of his horses and cooking good meal for them, the people who are in his army as soldiers, and he is guiding them also, he being a local person. And that person's grandchildren, great grandchildren and their grandchildren, they still have the memoirs, photographs, beautiful memories, in which it is evident, हम दावे के साथ बोल सकते हैं, Aurangzeb is not a villain. Aurangzeb was never a villainy person. He is a hero of Mughal Empire. He must have done few mistakes for the, hierarchy, monarchy, and to become emperor of Mughal Empire. Definitely, we can say he never destroyed any Hindu temples. Of course, people say he destroyed Hindu temples. Never. He never did that mistake. Only thing is, he conquered few parts of Maharashtra which were ruled by Chhatrapati Shivaji. Because Chhatrapati Shivaji ruled few parts of Maharashtra and he conquered them, they made some negative theory out of it, and they did negative unpopularing and negatively saying something about him. And even in Karman Ghat, you can read something about him, but it's not true, because in those days he was in Maharashtra. The time and date they gave, he was in Maharashtra. Being a contemporary of Chhatrapati Shivaji, we were not born in that time, but if we are there in that time, it is Rakta Charitra between our Paritala Ravi Anna and Suri Baba, Madala Cheruvu Suri. One is Chhatrapati Shivaji and the other is Aurangzeb, and the fight was 100% totally similar to Rakta Charitra of Penugonda. Out of the history, we derive few pearls of memories, and out of those, with all the proofs and evidences and all the witness and every evidence is there, proof is there. He wrote Holy Quran copies in Urdu, from Arabic, Persian to Urdu, and from Urdu to Persian and Arabic, few stanzas and few verses of Quran. And entire Quran also he translated to different languages. And in Salarjung Museum, there is a room which is filled with the copies of Quran which were written directly by the hand of Aurangzeb. And few topis like I am wearing now, with woolen, he only weaved those things, woolen topis. And people who are close to him, who moved with him in Hayat Bakshi Begum's Rai, they are saying their children's children who are still there. Aurangzeb never slept on the cot. He slept on the floor, just with a mat and a small pillow. He slept on the floor. So many times people said, why? I mean, Mumtaz, Shah Jahan, everybody who asked, Roshanara, Jahanara, his daughter, his sister, everybody asked, why? You're sleeping on the floor. He said, in our country, many people can't afford even a cot. And many people who are still in the poor condition, in the poor financial situation, they can't afford even a blanket. They are sleeping on the floor, and few people can't afford even a blanket to cover them and protect them from the climatic conditions. We being emperors of Mughal Empire, we are sleeping on expensive cots. Only if we sleep on the floor, on a mat, we will understand the plight of a person who can sleep on the floor and yet get a fine sleep, a good sleep, a sound sleep. How he can afford a sound sleep by sleeping on the floor, not on an expensive cot. That I want to say. And he wrote many copies of Quran with his own handwriting. We can still see them and watch them and observe them and notice them. Of course, we can't take photographs of them and videos of them. They are in Salarjung Museum even today. We are blessed to have an emperor called Aurangzeb. There never was a gallant like Aurangzeb. ఏంటంటే వాగుతున్నారు అందరు. ఔరంగజేబ్ దుర్మార్గుడంట, దుష్టుడంట, నీచుడంట. మీకంటానా? మీరు పుల్వామాలో 250 kgs RDX పెట్టి బీజేపీ వాళ్ళు, విహెచ్పి వాళ్ళు, ఆర్ఎస్ఎస్ వాళ్ళు పాకిస్తాన్ వాళ్ళని బ్లేమ్ చేస్తున్నారా? అడిగే వాళ్ళు లేరా? దర్ ఇస్ నోబడీ టు ఆస్క్ దెమ్. దట్స్ వై దే ఆర్ సేయింగ్ స్టోరీస్. ఔరంగజేబ్ గురించి కూడా అలాగే. ఏమన్నా అంటే పొద్దున్న లేస్తే ప్లాట్ నెంబర్ 49కి 42 అన్ని అబద్ధాలు చెప్తుంటారు బీజేపీ, ఆర్ఎస్ఎస్, విహెచ్పి. I am the proof. I have all the evidences, witness and evidence proof. Deepesh Patel in Gujarat, who is a very close friend of Narendra Modi. తమాషా ఉందా? ఔరంగజేబ్ మీద అబద్ధాలు రాస్తున్నారు ఎందుకు? గోడల మీద మీ మీద రాస్తే ఎట్లుంటుంది? మేము మీ మీద నిజాలు రాసినా చాలు, మీరు ఔరంగజేబ్ మీద అబద్ధాలు రాశారు.